Hi everyone, in this video we are going to discuss derivatives of inverse trigonometric function. As you know the derivatives of trigonometric function, we have the standard derivatives for those functions. So similarly for inverse trigonometric function we have also the standard derivatives for those function. So before we start the derivatives of those function, let me introduce what do you mean by an inverse trigonometric function. As we know that y is equal to sin x is the trigonometric function. So here sin inverse of y is equal to x is nothing but inverse of sine function, or we can say that sine inverse function. Observe here, suppose if we have taken the graph of sine function, we will get graph like this. Here +1, here -1, 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi, 5 pi by 2, like this will goes on. Observe here, suppose we are going to give any r for any real number, we are going to obtain only 1 comma -1 in a closed interval, or we can say that for sine function we have domain as r and the range is 1 comma -1 for sine function. Suppose if we have taken sine inverse function, we are going to get, observe here, where in a sine inverse function the range become domain and the domain become range in sine inverse function. Observe carefully, this is the graph of sine function where the domain is nothing but r, the range is nothing but 1 comma -1 in a closed interval. Suppose if you have taken sine inverse function, the range of sine function is going to be domain of sine inverse function, the domain of sine function becomes the range of sine inverse function. Are you getting? So here it will be more like this one. Here we are going to get only 1 -1, so this one 1 and this is going to this one -1, this one +1, so this is going to be the range of the sine inverse function. Observe here, suppose for the function we are going to restrict the function, because for same value we are getting here we are talking about the restrictions of the functions. Observe here, for the same value of the x we are getting similarly the same value of y here. Observe here, the x going to be same but the y is going to be changes, means for the same value of x we are going to different values of y. Observe here, are you getting the point? So we are going to restrict the range here. The restriction of range is called principal value branch. Principal value branch is nothing but PVB. So for this type of function we can refer the chapter 2 inverse trigonometric function, where you have complete details of inverse functions. So this is an introduction for inverse functions. So here just we have taken example of sine function. Similarly we can have cos inverse x, tan inverse x, cot inverse x, secant inverse x, cosecant inverse x. We will also have the principal value branch for this function because we have the same values of y here. So, we are going to restriction, those restrictions are called principal value branches. So, particular for cos inverse x we have principal value branch, tan inverse we have PVB, cot inverse we have PVB, as well as secant as well as cosecant we have the principal value branches. So, let me derive the y is equal to sin inverse x. This is the first function. This is the first inverse trigonometry function. Y is equal to sin inverse x, or we can say that f of x is equal to sin inverse x, or in general we can say that y is equal to sin inverse x. So, for these inverse functions we have the standard derivatives. Now, we are going to derive the standard derivatives of these inverse trigonometric function. As we observe the introduction of the inverse trigonometry function, y is equal to sin inverse of x means we can say that sin y is equal to x, sin y is equal to x. So, now we know the derivative of sin y, as we know the derivative of x. So, differentiate with respect to x here. So, differentiation of sin y means cos y, differentiation of y means again dy by dx is equal to differentiation of x with respect to x is nothing but 1. So, we need only the dy by dx here. So, dy by dx is equal to 1 divided by cos y, 1 divided by cos y, 1 divided by cos y. Again observe here. So, 1 divided by cos y can also be written as root of 1 minus sin square y, sin square y, sin square y. Again sin y means x, sin y means x, sin square y means is nothing but x square. So, 1 divided by root of 1 minus x square is equal to dy by dx. So, this is the standard derivative of sin inverse x. Observe here, we have a sin inverse y is equal to sin inverse x. This is the inverse trigonometric function. So, in general we can say that f of x is equal to sin inverse x, or we can say that y is equal to sin inverse x. The sin inverse means the inverse function is going to be replaces its position. So, it can be says that x is equal to sin y, or we can say that sin y is equal to x. We are going to differentiate the with respect to x here. So, differentiation of sin y, cos y, differentiation of y, dy by dx, and differentiation of x with respect to x is nothing but 1. So, since we need only dy by dx, we can shift cos y to the RHS. So, dy by d is equal to 1 divided by cos y. So, cos y we can say that is nothing but root of 1 minus sin square y. So, we know that sin y is equal to x. So, sin square y is nothing but x square. So, dy by d is equal to 1 divided by root of 1 minus x square is the standard derivative of sin inverse x function. So, pause the video to note it down. So, next function, next inverse trigonometric function, y is equal to cos inverse x, y is equal to cos inverse x. As the cos inverse shifts to the LHS is nothing but cos y is equal to x. We know the derivative of cos y. The derivative of cos y is nothing but minus sin y, and we need to differentiate again y. So, differentiation of x means 1. So, again differentiate with respect to x. So, differentiation of cos y minus sin y, again we need to differentiate y, dy by dx is nothing but 1 here in RHS, because observe here. So, with x means dx by dx is nothing but 1. So, again we need only dy by dx. We can shift sin y minus sin y to the RHS. So, minus 1 divided by sin y. Are you clear? Minus 1 divided by sin y. By using the identities of trigonometry function, sin y can also be written as root of 1 minus cos square y. 1 minus cos square y. So minus 1 divided by root of, sorry, minus 1 divided by root of. So cos y means x, cos square y means x square. So 1 minus x square. So we have the standard derivative for inverse, sorry, cos inverse x is minus 1 divided by root of 1 minus x square is the standard derivative of cos inverse x function. So pause the video to note it down. So next inverse trigonometric function is tan inverse x. So y is equal to tan inverse x, that is the given function. Again we can shift the tan inverse from RHS to LHS is nothing but tan y is equal to x. Tan y is equal to x. So we know the differentiation of tan y. Again we know the differentiation of x. So we are applying differentiate with respect to x here. So differentiation of tan y means, what is the differentiation of tan y? Is nothing but secant square y dy by dx. You must remember the derivatives of trigonometry functions. That's the very important concept. So differentiation of tan y is nothing but secant square y is equal to, again we have differentiated y here, so dy by dx. So differentiation of x means 1. Are you getting? So since we need only dy by dx, so dy by dx is equal to, again 1 divided by secant square y. Since we need the derivative of tan inverse x, these things secant square y has to be turned over into a tan function. So it's nothing but 1 divided by secant square y can also be written as 1 plus tan square y by using the trigonometric identities. So 1 divided by 1 plus tan square y. So 1 divided by 1 plus. So what is the value of tan y? Is nothing but x. What is the value of tan square y? Is nothing but x square. So 1 divided by 1 plus x square. So dy by dx is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus x square is the required standard derivative of tan inverse x function. So pause the video to note it down. So next function is y is equal to secant inverse x. So we can shift here, secant y is equal to x. Again we are differentiating the things, differentiate with respect to x. So differentiation of secant y means, what is the differentiation of secant y? Is nothing but secant y into tan y. Again we have differentiation of y with respect to x. In RHS, differentiation of x means 1. Since we need only dy by dx, we need to shift secant y as well as tan y to the RHS. So dy by dx is equal to 1 divided by secant y into tan y. So since we need the derivative of secant inverse x, the complete RHS should be in the form of secant. So we need to interchange tan by any secant function. Observe here, we need to change or interchange the tan function, the tan y function by any secant oriented functions. So we have the standard identity for tan function. So it can be says that 1 divided by secant y, 1 divided by secant y. The tan y function can be changed as secant square y minus 1 under the root secant square y minus 1 under the root secant square y minus 1. So since we know the value of secant y as x, so secant square y means x square. So 1 divided by x into root of x square minus 1 is nothing but dy by dx. So this is the required standard derivative of what? Secant inverse x. Observe it again. So we have y is equal to secant inverse x, secant y is equal to x by interchanging the secant function to the LHS. So differentiate, we are differentiating the things with respect to x. So secant y into tan y, so dy by dx, because we know the derivative of secant y as secant y into tan y. Again we have the derivative of x nothing but 1. So we need the only dy by dx means we are going to shift the things to the RHS. So 1 divided by secant y into tan y. Again, we know the tan function can be replaced by secant function by 1 divided by secant y under the root secant square y minus 1. So since we know the value of secant y as x, so it can be said that 1 divided by x into root of x square minus 1. So pause the video to note it down. So next function is y is equal to cosecant inverse x. Since we need to interchange the cosecant inverse, so it can says that cosecant y is equal to x. So differentiating with respect to x. What is the differentiation of cosecant y? Is nothing but minus cosecant y into cot y. Into, again we need to differentiate what? We need to differentiate y here. So it's nothing but dy by dx is equal to differentiation of x 1. So observe here, cosecant y means we need to differentiate the things with respect to x means, so differentiation of cosecant y is nothing but minus cosecant y into cot y. You need to remember the derivatives of all the trigonometric function as well as all the inverse trigonometric function, because these are the standard derivatives. You need to remember while solving the problems, you need to execute the things by using standard derivatives. So here, so differentiation of cosecant y is nothing but minus cosecant y into cot y. So again we need only dy by dx, we are shifting the things. So 1 divided by minus cosecant y into cot y. Since we need to convert the whole thing in the form of cosecant, so we need to apply the identity for cot y in the form of cosecant. So 1 divided by or minus 1 divided by cosecant y into, so what is the identity for cot y in the form of cosecant? Is nothing but cosecant square y minus 1, cosecant square y minus 1. You need to remember the identities also. So trigonometric means everything is important. So minus 1 divided by, we know the value of cosecant y as x, so it's nothing but what is the value of cosecant square y? Is nothing but x square minus 1 is nothing but dy by dx. So standard derivative of what? Cosecant square y is nothing but cosecant square x is nothing but minus 1 divided by x into root of x square minus 1. So pause the video to note it down. So next inverse trigonometric function is cot inverse x, y is equal to cot inverse x. So we are shifting, so cot y is equal to x, so we are applying differentiating with respect to what? With respect to x. So what is the differentiation of cot y? Is nothing but minus cosecant square y into, again we need to differentiate y with respect to what? X. So dy by dx is equal to differentiation of x with respect to x means 1. So since we need only dy by dx is equal to 1 divided by minus cosecant square y. Since we need to apply the cosecant square y in the form of cot means we need to apply some trigonometric identities here. So it can say that minus 1, because so we have the negative sign here, so it can be says that minus 1 divided by, so what is the identity for cosecant square y? Is nothing but 1 plus cot square y, 1 plus cot square y. So since minus 1 divided by 1 plus, what is the value of cot square y? Is nothing but x square, because we have the value of cot y is equal to x, then cot square y is equal to is nothing but x square. So x square, so dy by dx is equal to minus 1 divided by x square minus 1 divided by x square. So this is the standard derivative of cot inverse x. So pause the video to note it down. So observe here, we have the two columns, this is f of x and this is going to be f dash of x or dy by dx. So we have the standard derivative of sin inverse x as 1 divided by root of 1 minus x square. So second function is cos inverse x, the standard derivative for this one is minus 1 divided by root of 1 plus x square. So next one is tan inverse x. We have the standard derivative 1 divided by 1 plus x square. So next function is secant inverse x. So derivative for this one 1 divided by x into root of x square minus 1. Again next function is cosecant inverse x. So derivative for the cosecant inverse x means minus 1 divided by x into root of x square minus 1. And the next function is cot inverse x. The derivative of cot inverse x is minus 1 divided by 1 plus x square. So you need to remember all the inverse trigonometric functions. So standard derivatives of these inverse trigonometric function. So this is going to be help for problem the solvents. So in the next video we can have the some derivatives of some more problems by using the inverse trigonometric function, by using its domain, range and the principal value branches. For information of these principal value branches and the range and domain and inverse function, you can go through the chapter 2 inverse trigonometric function of class 12. So thank you for watching this video.